That's my girl.
Welcome back to Director's Choice. The Pixar universe is filled with emotional movies that bring families together and bring a few tears to the eyes of those who watch them. But what if there's more to these seemingly innocent stories? Could Pixar be hiding dark secrets behind their joyous movies? These are the questions I'm about to answer in this video. Today, I'll be revealing all the dark secrets that Pixar movies have been hiding over the years. These secrets are more than just theories. They're heartbreaking possibilities that shed new light on the Pixar movies that we all know and love. Just to warn you, a few of these secrets might be a little too dark, so if you think you can handle it, then keep watching. You're about to learn all of Pixar's darkest secrets. Carl is dead. The first secret on this list reveals something dark about one of the saddest Pixar movies out there. Anyone who has watched Up knows how emotional the movie is. At the beginning of the movie, we watched Carl and Ellie grow up together and then build a life together, before we watched Carl lose the love of his life and become an angry old man. Carl spends the rest of his movie trying to reach Paradise Falls, a place he and Ellie has planned to go together, but couldn't because his beloved wife fell ill. What most people don't realize is that Paradise Falls is actually a euphemism for heaven. The truth is that Carl was already dead, and his journey throughout the movie was his spirit trying to transition to heaven with the help of an angel. That angel was Russell, the Boy Scout. Nemo is dead. Similar to the Carl from Up theory, this theory suggests that Nemo is dead the entire time, and what we watched during the movie was symbolic of something else. The story of Finding Nemo shows Merlin's heartbreak after losing his entire family, and his determination to keep his only son safe. Nemo was the only one who survived the fish attack that killed Merlin's entire family. But, in reality, there were no survivors. Merlin simply imagined Nemo survived, so he could deal with his grief, and the entire movie is just him going through the 5 stages of grief. Andy's mom is Emily. The next secret on this list dives into the wonderful world of Toy Story to reveal a heartbreaking secret. It turns out that cowgirl Jessie's original owner, Emily, is actually Andy's mother. When Woody meets Jessie in Toy Story 2, she sings a song titled When She Loved Me. In the song, she tells the story of how she was abandoned by Emily, her original owner. Emily abandoned Jessie when she stopped being interested in horses and dolls, and switched her focus to things like nail polish and boys. In the movie, Andy is seen wearing a red hat that is similar to the one Jessie wears, which can make sense if his mom used to have a Jessie doll. She may have kept the hat and given it to her son when she bought him the Woody doll. Andy's mom and young Emily also have similar hair. The timeline for the movie also makes it possible for little Emily to be Andy's mother. Edna can see the future. In the Incredibles movies, we see Edna, a fashion designer who makes superhero suits for the supers all over the world. We don't know much about Edna other than the fact that she's a civilian who makes super suits and she hates capes. There's no doubting Edna's hatred for capes, but what if she really isn't a civilian? When Edna creates a suit for Jack Jack, she uses flame-retardant fabric, even though no one knows what powers he has yet. This means that she must have known what he would need. In other words, she saw the future. Edna's ability to see the future is also the reason she gave Syndrome a cape, even though she knew the risks. She knew that several heroes had died because of their capes, so she added it to Syndrome's suit because she saw that he would be a threat, and that was exactly what led to his death. Boo is a witch. Remember the cute little girl from Monsters, Inc.? Well, what if I told you that cute little girl grew up to be a witch? And not just any witch, but the witch from the movie Brave. Boo was heartbroken after Sully left her behind, so she could live a normal life. She never forgot her friendly monster, and she carried his memory with her all her life. She was so determined to see him again that she figured out how to harness the same magic that Sully and the monsters used to travel through time. She used this magic to go back in time to the very beginning of the Pixar timeline, which is Brave. The evidence of this appears on the wall of the witch's hut in Brave, where there's a drawing of Sully. The witch's ability to travel through doors is also a callback to how Sully and the monsters traveled in Monsters, Inc. Randall is Andy's monster. This is the second Toy Story secret on the list, and it's just as mind-blowing as the first one. Even though their job is to scare children, some monsters from Monsters, Inc. are friendly like Mike and Sully. But there are also monsters who are not so friendly, and one of them is Randall. Randall was a purple monster with the ability to blend into his surroundings like a chameleon.
Do the thing.
Oh, where did he go?
a trait he used to scare kids and become Sully's rival in the Scream collection. In the movie, we see Randall practice his chameleon abilities on a blue background with white clouds. This background is identical to the one in Andy's room, which suggests that he may have been practicing to scare Andy. BNL controls everything. If you've watched enough Pixar movies, then you would have noticed the recurring appearance of the company named By and Large. This company was responsible for the batteries in Buzz Lightyear and the robots in WALL-E, including WALL-E himself. The company logo also appears in several other places throughout the Pixar universe, like on the racetrack in Cars 3 and The Incredibles. Plus, it is the same company that tried to kick Carl out of his home and Up. To put it plainly, B&L controls almost everything in the Pixar universe, even though we don't know much about the company. In WALL-E, B&L is responsible for sending humans to space aboard the Axiom to protect them from the wasteland that Earth had become. But there's also a good chance that B&L was the reason Earth became a wasteland in the first place. With all the weird things the company does behind the scenes, it wouldn't be surprising to find out that they were actually behind the pollution of the Earth. Riley's adopted. Inside Out is an emotional movie for many reasons. Watching young Riley struggle with her emotions is something we can all relate to, but there's more to the story than most people realize. It turns out that Riley was actually adopted. Aside from the obvious evidence coming from the lack of resemblance between Riley and her parents, there's also the fact that she was handed to her mother in the movie, and it didn't seem like she had just given birth. Riley's mother was standing in the scene where she meets her daughter, and she seemed perfectly fine, so there's a good chance that Riley's adopted. George Sanderson is Riley's monster. Going by the very reliable logic from Monsters, Inc., it's safe to say that every child in the Pixar universe has a monster. We already revealed that Randall was Andy's monster, but did you know that George Sanderson was Riley's monster? This second Inside Out secret shows that Riley also had a monster when she was younger, just like Boo. When we enter Riley's head, we meet all the emotions that control her. We also meet her imaginary friend, Bing Bong. Bing Bong has a strange appearance, with most of him looking like a pink cotton candy elephant, except for his legs. His legs have a striped orange design that looks similar to George Sanderson, a monster from Monsters, Inc. While the chances of Bing Bong being derivative from George Sanderson are high, there's also a good chance that Bing Bong himself is from Monsters, Inc. He may have been Riley's monster when she was younger, which is why she only remembers him now as an imaginary friend. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think about these secrets from Pixar movies? Which one broke your heart and freaked you out the most? Let us know in the comment section below. Check out this other recent clip by Director's Choice, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification button so you never miss an episode.